Today is a very happy day because all of you have got a license to practice law. Do you know what that license means? It gives you a right to wear a uniform which is black with a band which recognizes you as an advocate. You know, with that uniform, hundreds of doors open for you. Nobody can stop you from entry. That uniform that you are entitled to wear is a uniform which though opens the doors for you, but has many, many responsibilities along with it. So as an advocate, once you've got this huge privilege, you have to thank somebody for it. Have you done it? You have to thank your parents, your brothers, your sisters, yourself, who have helped you reach this stage. Have you all thanked somebody by going to a temple, a gurdwara, a mosque, or some other way of saying thank you that I'm an advocate today? Can anybody tell me if you thanked someone? No? I think it's very important as a lawyer that you must thank God or whatever you believe in for helping you reach that stage. For example, I started when I became a lawyer by donating blood. Or if you are lucky, you are eligible to donate blood. And as luck would have it, the blood bank is right on the other side of the wall of the Bar Council. So that is one way of saying, thank you, God. Every time I became the Advocate General, when I became the chairman of the Bar Council, I first went and donated blood before I took charge. I don't know if you realize that, but it's in my autobiography. That was my way of saying, thank you, God, for putting me in a position of responsibility. I hope I do my job well. Now, how many of you, amongst you, have joined the profession with the intention of practicing law? Can you raise your hands? Okay. How many of you want to join the judiciary, become a judge one day? Oh, there are a few of them. That's good. Do you realize how difficult it is to become a judge? Now, what I'm going to try to share with you, with my 54 years experience at the bar, is how important it is that all of you must do your homework really well. Success does not come easily. So what I'm going to tell you is first, who am I? I became an advocate. I used to see my father, who was a senior advocate, working in his office from 5 a.m. till 11 o'clock at night. And out of the 5 siblings, I used to say, "Main ta nahi banna vakeel," because I don't want to work so hard. But as luck would have it, one day my father was arguing a case in the High Court, and 2 other lawyers, senior advocates from the Supreme Court, were opposing him. Mr. Ashok Sen, the former law minister, and Mr. B.R.L. Iyengar, a senior advocate from Bangalore. Both of them are not there anymore. They also had sons my age, and their sons also didn't want to do law. So there was an argument on the lunch table. We get 45 minutes during the lunch break from the High Court. So Mr. Ashok said, "Oh, it's very lucrative. You can become the law minister of the country." It appealed to a certain extent to me. But Mr. Iyengar came out with an even better explanation. He says, "Young man, law is like warfare, not modern warfare, where you press a button in Ukraine and Moscow is blown up, or vice versa. It's like ancient warfare. Alexander the Great decides to conquer India, reach India. He does not know what difficulties there are in the way. He does not know what kind of terrain there is, what enemies he has to face. That is the similar situation with every young lawyer. The moment a client comes to you, you prepare the case. You don't know what question the judge is going to ask next day. You have to be prepared to answer it. If you don't answer it, you will die. Like Alexander the Great, he never reached India. He died on the way. But if you can answer it, you will succeed and one day be a successful lawyer, a senior advocate, or perhaps a judge of the High Court or the Supreme Court. Now, this comparison is so important, but that preparation and being ready for any case, any eventuality is what you have to face. Now, first thing is your preparation before entering a courtroom. You must know your file backwards. A man has come, whether he has a criminal law case or a civil case. He's trusting you. He's placing your life in your hands. He can be sentenced to death in a criminal case, or he can lose his property in a civil case. So remember, your responsibility is very heavy and very big. You must identify yourself with that person and fight for him as much as possible. But at the same time, remember that you also have certain duties. You have duties to the court, you have duties to the opponent, you have a duty to your client, and various other duties which are cast on your shoulders, and these should never be forgotten. I find a lot of young lawyers these days appearing in court. They have done their work, they have done their homework, they have prepared very well. But when the judge is not agreeing, they start fighting with the judge. That's the worst thing you can do. You not only alienate the judge in that case and perhaps in future cases, but you're committing suicide for your client. Never, ever fight with the judge. The judge has been given a responsibility to decide a case. He can decide in your favor or against you. Don't kill yourself or your client just because the decision has gone against you. You will have a remedy of appeal or some other higher court to approach. But the moment you fight, you are a failure as an advocate. This is one of the very, very important lessons to be learned right in the beginning. Now, the thing is, how do you prepare for this courtcraft, and how do you learn when to stop fighting, when to be stern with the judge, when to laugh with him? And the method to learn is either join an office of a senior advocate. Our senior advocates are extremely busy these days, and they don't have so much time. But if you are lucky to find a good senior who will have time to guide you and answer your questions, you're very lucky. But if you don't have such a senior, there's another way. Don't sit in the bar room having coffee. Go from one court to another. Sit in the courtroom. Listen to other seniors arguing cases and find out for yourself how they tackle the judge. This is how you arm yourself. You have been armed with a degree. It says BA LLB. But that is only makes you qualified, assumes that you know the law. But you don't know how to tackle it and put it into practice in real life. That you will learn by sitting in a courtroom where an important case is being argued by senior advocates. I, till today, after 54 years, don't sit in the bar room, but I will sit in an empty courtroom preparing a case or sit and listen to arguments, because you're always a student when you're a lawyer. The day you think you have become a master, again, you will be a failure. That's the beginning of your decline. A lot of people ask me questions that, will I be able to earn money straight away? My answer is, to be a successful lawyer, there has to be some incubation period. You should be prepared to eat out of your pocket for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't know. It's luck which plays a role. You may do it much faster than others. But I was lucky. My father was a lawyer. A lot of you will be first-generation lawyers. How many of you are first-generation lawyers? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. And you do have a challenge. But today there's so many examples of first generation lawyers who have made it to the Supreme Court. Two of them I know personally very well, who've gone from our court, is Mr. Justice Suryakant, who's going to be the next Chief Justice of India. He's a first generation lawyer. And the other one is Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, again a first generation lawyer, and he's also a judge of the Supreme Court. So our system does give an opportunity to a first generation lawyer. You don't have to get disheartened, but remember, you have to follow your principles, stick to your courtcraft and ethics. Don't compromise those. The moment you compromise those, then your success will be impeded. So continuous hard work, being always well prepared, being respectful to the judge, presenting the case. That is the next question. How do you present a case to a judge? You know the file very well. How are you going to tell the judge what your client's case is? And my suggestion to you is that it has to be done in the fashion of a story. Narrate your client's problem as a story and bring it to a level where the judge has to decide how it will end. Don't waste so much time on law, searching law, just master your facts. Justice I.D. Dua, who was a sitting judge of the Supreme Court when I joined the profession in 1971, I'd known him because he was our neighbor in Simla. I went up to him with my father and he told me, he says, young man, you must always know the facts of your case. Leave the law to the judge. The judge will do justice between the parties. And he says, looking for a precedent which applies on all fours to a particular case is like a blind man looking for a needle in a haystack in a darkened room. He says, you'll never find a perfect case which applies to your facts. But know your facts, then leave it to the judge to apply the appropriate law. So this has helped me immensely over the last few years. I just tell the judge that this is the injustice being caused to my client, but he's not getting justice. And in 95 out of 100 cases, the judge sees your point of view and will turn around and try to bring some justice. Now, what is the extent to which you should prepare a case? You can prepare a case to the satisfaction of the client. You spend 5 hours with him, you've satisfied him, my fees is justified. That is not the correct rule. My suggestion is you should prepare it to your own satisfaction. You should be the judge. Yes, I cannot do it better than what I have done. And if you feel you have done your best, then you will never be a failure. Another rule, you prepare a case and you find the client has paid his fee and everything, and you come to the conclusion that I will not be able to get him relief. What do? It's a quandary. It's a quandary. On the one hand, you have a large sum of money in your pocket as your fee, and then you find that there's no future in the case. Sometimes it's better to turn the client away and tell him, sorry, I can't help you, your case doesn't have a future in it. And if he still insists, then the burden is on him, go ahead and do it. But I'll tell you an example. I had a client from Amritsar, this was about 30 years ago. His name was Pyare Lal. And he'd come to me. The dispute was for about 6 lakh rupees. He'd paid me a substantial fee. I spent 4 days preparing his case and I found there is nothing, no future in it. He had lost in both the courts below and he had to pay almost 40,000 rupees as court fee. So I just called him, Pyare Lal, tera kuch nahi banna, eh teri fees, teri court fee, jaake tu dusri side nal baith ke rajinama kar la. And he was so stunned. He says, Sarin sahab, tusi sara mainu wapas de rahe ho. I said, I'm helping you pay off whatever is decided against you. But the result of that, you won't believe it. For the next 25 years, he must have sent me 40 or 50 cases. वकील जाना, वो सरीन साहब को जाओ, उन्हें मेरी साड़ी फीस वापस कर दी सी. You know, I'm just telling you human nature. Human nature recognizes honesty and integrity to such an extent. And today, it is becoming even more difficult to find it. But if you can build that faith in your client, that I'm being honest, I'm telling you what is in your best interest, that client will always stick by you and will always come back to you. Now, success in the profession can be two types. One is making a lot of money. There are so many senior advocates who have, their fees runs into lakhs of rupees. And the other is recognition by becoming the Advocate General or becoming a judge, etc. Now the question is that your ultimate aim? Is that what you want to achieve as a lawyer? And my answer is a clear no. The real satisfaction in life comes from doing something for others. You can do it as lawyers. For the last 20 years, I think my stress is more on doing pro bono work, public interest litigation, helping the general public, helping protect the environment. And that is what you are all trained for. Your qualification can be used for doing such cases. And at the same time, as has been pointed out earlier, all eminent leaders in the past have been lawyers. From Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru and Dr. Ambedkar, it is your qualification as a lawyer which makes you a fit person to become a good leader. You are a very small percentage of the population who's got this professional degree. And you can go and guide the poor, ignorant, illiterate masses of our country and lead them into something good. And that is how all the reforms over the last few centuries have been headed by lawyers. So that is, again, something you can do. And as I started right in the beginning, that you go and say thank you by donating blood, you can also join such social organizations like Rotary or Lions or something. So if you can do something outside your profession to help the general public, to help somebody else, which is as important as success in the legal profession. Now, I'm telling you that the blood bank is next door. I happen to be the president of the Blood Bank Society, Chandigarh, which was formulated by my mother-in-law in 1964. Now, this example I'm giving you as to what one can do as a lawyer. My mother-in-law got me involved with blood donation. I started in 1968, the year I joined the law department. That was my first donation on the 19th of January, 1968. Thanks to her, I never looked back. I started donating blood every 3 months, and then I got married. So I started donating blood on our anniversaries, then our children were born, then on their birthdays. So every celebration in my life was by donating blood. Now, how did I help the community? We found that 90% of the blood in the country was collected from paid donors. Drug addicts and poor people of the street who would come and sell a unit of blood for 50 rupees to a professional blood bank. So in 1992, we filed a writ petition in the Supreme Court. It is called Common Cause versus the Union of India. It's reported as 1996 Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court stepped in and for the first time banned the buying and selling of blood. So that came effective from 1st of January 1998, and today, legally, not a drop of blood can be bought or sold. So here is a classic example. I, as a lawyer, not only donated blood, but helped file a writ petition, get an order from the Supreme Court, which the government of India would not pass. We We used to call the health minister to Chandigarh regularly, whether it was Dr. Karan Singh or somebody else, Gyani Zail Singh as chief minister. As president, we invited him to Chandigarh to try and convince them that you have to ban the buying and selling of blood. That did not work. So ultimately, it was the court power which succeeded. Now, I could go on and on, but the time at our hand is limited. What I'd like to share with you is that all these experiences of more than half a century, I've put them in the shape of a book, my autobiography, which was released last year. It's available next door in the blood bank. The proceeds of this book go to the Blood Bank Society, so I don't keep anything out of it. If anybody's interested, please go ahead and buy it. I've told them it's priced at 3,000, but for you it will be a discount at 33% for 2,000 rupees if you're interested. I would conclude by saying that make the legal profession your passion. If you make it your passion, you will be a very happy person, because from morning to evening, you will be doing what you like doing. And with that passion, you will be able to change the world. And remember the saying of Swami Vivekananda. He said, the history of the world is the history of a few men who had faith in themselves. Such faith brings out the divinity within. You can achieve anything. Once you have faith in yourself, go ahead and change nature, change India, change the world. I wish you all the very best. God bless you. And remember, even the Chief Justice of India, who is sitting in Delhi, was one day a young graduate who just got a license like you. You can also reach that stage. And I'm sure out of these people, all of you sitting here, some of you will be in the Supreme Court. So good luck and God bless you. I do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the legal profession and will uphold its dignity and integrity. I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as a lawyer and will not do anything which may lower down the image and dignity of the lawyer's profession. God bless you all.